Good evening. We're back with more Marvel Champions. And this evening we'll be playing Wolverine versus Sabretooth on Expert difficulty. This will be a testing video for Wolverine, and at the end we'll take a look at a playthrough I did against Ronan earlier with Wolverine. And we're going to try to evaluate Wolverine and see how good he is, so that I can make recommendations when I make my eventual hero tier lists and buying guides for this game. I tested off video protection, aggression, and leadership with Wolverine, and I think leadership is the best, but it's close. I think aggression is also pretty good, but it does kind of run out of steam as your health declines, and it's not as good as I thought it would be. And protection's also okay, but protection's hurt a little bit by Wolverine only having 2 defense instead of 3. Anyway, let's test him out here with this leadership deck and see how it goes. So we've got Senator Kelly there, and we're not playing with any campaign cards, so let's get started. We don't need regenerative healing right away. Probably don't really need danger room training. I could keep it, I guess. So let's flip. Let's go 1, 2, 3 for Colossus. And I want to use Lunging Strike here for 8 damage with piercing. And then we'll go 2 more damage. We'll thwart for 2, I think. And then we'll draw 4. Leaving the toughness on Colossus so he can defend the attack. So 1 threat, 1 heal for Sabretooth for 1. And then the attack will go on Colossus. And 1 encounter card. We also need 2 damage on Robert Kelly. Yeah, that's from Stalked by Sabretooth. The encounter card is Unrelenting Savage. If Sabretooth attacks you, okay. Do I want to face tank that, or do I want to defend? I think I'll defend. So he heals again for 2, and then the damage is just 2. So no damage. Then we're on to the player phase, and Wolverine will heal for 2. And then we'll go... Well, we're not in a great situation, actually. It's Adamantium Skeleton. For plus 4 hit points, so he'll be at 14. And we'll go 3 for Slice and Dice. And then draw 4. I don't like to leave this danger room training just sitting in the hand. 1 threat, 1 heal for 1. 1 attack from Sabretooth. Do I just face tank? No, I'll defend it. 1 damage, and then 1 encounter card. Assault. The villain attacks you. Now we'll face tank, so he's going to heal first for 3. He's gotten a lot of healing. And then 2 damage to the face. And we're on to the player phase, so let's go heal. Let's use the danger room training and the Berserker Frenzy for Tracked by Scent. Get this Find the Senator resolved. And flip, move on to phase 2. Deal an encounter card, and we'll take Robert Kelly. And we draw 2 cards with the Tracked by Scent. So we'll go damage from Colossus. And we'll go 1, 2, 3 for slice and dice and deal 6 damage. We'll put Sabretooth into phase 3. And then draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth, which is going to go on Colossus. First we need a healing card even though he's full health, and then we got 2 encounter cards coming. One is Adamantium Claws. Second, Shapeshifter Surprise. Okay, so heal for 2. Gonna make a note that I'm plus 4 HP. Could do some pretty serious damage, I think. We can go 1, 2 for Jubilee. Give Wolverine plus 2, give Jubilee plus 2. I'm going to attack for 3 with piercing, thanks to the... Actually, it's for 5 with piercing. Jubilee for 3. And lunging strike for 8. And then we'll just draw. I think I'm going to get rid of Danger Room Training now. Draw 5. There's Shapeshifter Surprise. So Mystique activates, or we search the deck and discard pile to reveal her. And then we have the villain phase, which is 1 attack, which will go on Jubilee. Attach this card to a minion and give it tough status. She already has tough, so she gets plus 5 hit points. And then an attack for 4 against Wolverine, and if I don't exhaust to deal with that, I'll take damage from Robert Kelly. So we'll just exhaust. And then we got 1 encounter card coming. Medical emergency. Okay, so now we can just Berserker Barrage and end this encounter. Did I forget to heal with Sabretooth? Would have been healing for 1, so no problem. If he had healed for more, then I would have just face tanked the damage, because it wouldn't have maxed him out. But anyway, I want to try this scenario again with aggression and see how it feels. Leadership felt pretty good, but I don't know that Wolverine specifically takes advantage of leadership very well. Let's get this set up again with aggression and try that. Okay, we're back. This time with an aggression Wolverine deck. I really want the aggression to be good because it's really not good with any other hero. At least not better than leadership or protection, except in specific circumstances, like there's a decent aggression Captain Marvel deck against Ronan. And so I'm playing an aggression deck here with a lot of allies. Don't need I Got Better or Logan's Cabin. Tracked by Scent may be the best card in Wolverine's kit. So let's get started. Let's go Thwart for 2 and Track by Scent to clear Find the Senator right away. Move on to phase 2, extra encounter card. And we get to draw 2 cards doing that. Bring It is not helpful, so you can go Bring It, Brawn. Or wait, Bring It, and Wasp for Brawn. We'll get out Adamantium Skeleton later. And then we can go 1, 2, 3 for an uppercut using the claws. Has piercing, so we remove the tough and deal 5 damage. And then we can use Brawn to attack for 1. And we'll draw 4. So we got one threat, one attack from Sabretooth, heal first for 2. And he's going to attack, and we'll take the attack to the face, I think. For 1, 2, 3. Attach this card to a minion. There aren't any. And then we got 2 encounter cards coming. One is going to be gang up, so that's another attack. I'll need to defend this one. So another heal first. And an attack for 5. 3 damage. Barely survive. And then the villain schemes for 1, 2, 3. So a big turn for the villain. We heal 2 damage. And we'll go... Well, I'd really love to play Nick Fury, but I'd have to discard Adamantium Skeleton in order to do it. I think I'm going to anyway in this spot. Nick Fury, draw 3 cards. So we can attack for 1 and Braun removes a threat thanks to his response. And then we can go aggressive energy and uppercut for track by scent. Draw 2. And we can use Nick Fury to deal 2 damage. And discard Tigra and we'll draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 heal from Sabretooth for 2, 1 attack from Sabretooth, and 1 encounter card, which will be Sabretooth Strikes, 1 damage to Robert Kelly, no problem. For the hero phase, I know we're going to heal 2 thanks to the response. Sunfire, his special ability isn't needed here. We can go 2 for Angel. And just attack for 2, attack for 2, attack for 1, remove 1 threat, and then draw 3. So 1 threat, 1 heal for 1, 1 attack, which we'll put on Angel, and 1 encounter card, which will be Caught Off Guard. I have nothing I can discard with that. An upgrade or support. The claws are permanent. So this card gains Surge into Mutant Terrorist. So we search for the Brotherhood side scheme. Okay, on to the hero phase. Don't have the ability to take that side scheme out this round. I heal for 2 at the start. I can deal 8 and put Sabretooth into phase 3. Just go 1, 2, 3, do a lunging strike. And then uppercut with the claws. Which takes 1 damage from the retaliate. And then I can just thwart for 1 and draw. Also attack for 2. Or I could flip and heal. I think I'll heal. And draw 6. And hopefully go for the kill next round. So 1 threat, 1 heal for 2. 1 scheme for 5. 2 encounter cards. Under fire, so 2 more. Master plan. Advance. Uh-oh, that's gonna be a loss. Oh, we flipped to so that defeats Robert Kelly and that loses the game. We flipped to Alter Ego a single time and that was 1 time too many. Maybe I was too greedy with Braun. If I'd had him defend against an attack earlier, then I could have stayed in hero form longer. And maybe won. If I hadn't gotten advanced there, would I have won next round? I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. No, I didn't have enough damage to finish it off next round anyway, so I needed to survive 2 rounds. I think that in solo play, leadership is the way to go with Wolverine. Anyway, let's move on to the second scenario in this expansion pack, Sentinel, with the leadership Wolverine deck, and we'll see how it goes. Here we go. So this is a thwart heavy encounter. And we need abduction protocols in addition to the ones we have out there already. So let's get started. Do I like this hand? I don't really want to blitz this boss down. I want to mulligan pretty hard for track by scent. So let's flip. Let's go energy, power, and all of us for Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. There's track by scent, so we can spend these 2. What do we want to do with this? Probably thwart first. Let's get rid of mutants at the mall since that has a downside. So we'll thwart for 2 on that. And then track by scent to get rid of that. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Sentinel minion. And that will be a Sentinel Mark IV, I think is the mildest one. It has to be revealed, right? Yeah, it's revealed. And then we'll go, so we get Jubilee. And we get to draw 2 cards. So we can play Adamantium Skeleton as well. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll use Jubilee to thwart for 1 on Abduction Protocols and draw 4. Kind of souring on Danger Room Training now that I'm playing it. It's a good card in a good situation, it's just we sit waiting for that good situation for too long. 1 threat. And 1 attack from Sentinel, which will go on Wolverine. We'll just face tank that for 4. And then for 2 from the Sentinel. And then 1 encounter card incoming, which will be Gang Up. Uh-oh. Let's defend. Give the villain tough. He already has tough. So 1 damage and then 2 more damage. That resolves everything. Let's go 1, 2. First we'll draw a card. And then go 1, 2, 3 for Colossus. We'll give him the Danger Room Training. Forgot to heal for 2 off of Wolverine. And we can just attack for 4 with him against the Sentinel Mark IV. And then we'll use Jubilee to thwart again. And draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sentinel. We'll go on Jubilee. It's going to put her under Operation Zero Tolerance, but that's alright. If targeted for elimination is attached to an identity, it is not. So that will eliminate Jubilee, which puts her underneath Operation Zero Tolerance. And then we got one encounter card. Sentinel Mark IV. Okay. Is make the call any good here? What would we be making the call for? Clue? Nick Fury? Yeah, it's pretty good here. So let's make the call. Pay the printed cost of an ally. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury. And we'll draw 3 with him. Draw 1 with Avengers Mansion. 3 for White Tiger. And draw 2. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Use Wolverine to deal with the toughness, or let's not do it that way. Let's use Colossus for 4 attack. Let's go Nick Fury and White Tiger deal with Abduction Protocols. Goes to the victory display, take 1 random set aside captive ally and put it into play. That's going to retire somebody though, so maybe I don't want to do that. What other choice do I have? I can just attack. I guess I'll do that for now. So we'll use the claws for 3. And they have piercing thanks to the adamantium skeleton. We can go 1, 2, 1, 2, and just draw 2. 1 threat, 1 attack from Sentinel. I'm not going to have him attack. I forgot to heal with Wolverine again, didn't I? I don't think I'm going to have him attack an ally because I can't have too many allies going underneath there. Have him attack Wolverine. Just face tank. It's 3. And then 1 encounter card, which will be Mutant Detected. The villain in each minion attacks you, or place the top card of your deck. I'll place the top card of my deck. And then Nick Fury leaves. So now I can go Avengers Mansion. We can go Jubilee and give +2 attack when attacking Sentinel. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I need to get rid of this abduction protocols. So let's thwart for 2 and retire White Tiger. Now we bring in the ally. And thwart for 1. Now we'll bring in Jubilee and go 5 damage. Forgot to heal again. 3 damage. We'll go 1, 2 for rapid response. He's got +1 hit point, so this still retires him, dealing 4 damage. Puts Sentinel into phase 3, retires Colossus. We can bring him back with rapid response, deal 1 damage to him, which removes the toughness. We'll use the claws to slice and dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then deal 3 more damage. And boom boom, when he attacked, he gets a bomb counter. And at the end of the phase, remove the bomb counter and deal 2 damage. And then draw 5. Rapid response was used. So 1 threat, 1 attack, Yeah, when Sentinel Phase 3 was revealed, though, I should have grabbed in abduction protocols. So I actually don't think I'd be able to remove a threat from Night of the Sentinels, and that means instead I have to go like that, and then it goes one card from the top of my deck face down. And that's 3, so if I get one more, I lose. So the attack has to go on Wolverine and will exhaust to defend. And it's for 3, 4. 2 damage and then 1 encounter card, which is another abduction protocols. Any chance I can just win here? I heal for 2 at the start. Oh, my deck was empty, so I owe 1 more encounter card. Sentinel Mark 3. Do Sentinels all have guard in this one? No, they don't. But we do need an energy barrier for that Sentinel. And I have 11 damage, so no problem. Lunging strike. And then some combination of Boom Boom, Colossus will end this scenario. Small mistakes notwithstanding, Wolverine is clearly the strongest of the X-Men who's come out so far. How strong is he? Well, he's not as strong as Spider-Ham. Is he as strong as Shadowcat? They do very different things. I think it would be more comparable to talk about a hero like Iron Man, Protection Iron Man, because Wolverine isn't trying to be a good defender, and neither is Iron Man. He's trying to ramp up. Wolverine isn't really a ramp up hero. He's like well, he's very swingy. Let's try him out against Magneto. I think that'll be a good way to evaluate him. Okay, so here we are against Magneto. We've got boarding party. We've got 1 encounter card per player, so let's get shuffled up. And let's get started. That hand's not bad, I'll keep it. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Beast and go look for a resource card. I do like Beast a lot. He's very good. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury and draw 3 cards. And we can use Power of Leadership for Danger Room training on Beast. So he can thwart for 3 now. And we'll do that to get rid of boarding party. Flip over to Sabotage Master Mold. And we're going to use Berserker Barrage here for 4 damage to remove the toughness. And then we'll use Nick Fury and Wolverine to take out Sabotage Master Mold. Add it to the victory display. And we'll reveal Orbital Decay. So that was a pretty strong turn. And Danger Room training was actually pretty good there. So we can go 1 threat, 1 attack from Magneto on Nick Fury. 1 magnet counter and 1 encounter card. So we got Amelia Vaught and the Acolytes. Each Acolyte minion gains guard. Okay, so moving on to the player turn. We've got a rapid response or a make the call. I could make the call for Nick Fury. Or make the call for Maria Hill. No, I like Nick Fury. We'll go. So I heal for 2 after the player phase begins. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury, and we'll draw 3. I was hoping for Slice and Dice. We can go Thwart for 3 with Beast on the Acolytes. Getting a lot of value out of Danger Room training this round. And then we can go Nick Fury for 2. Slice and Dice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The player who defeated Amelia Vaught is confused. And I'll just use Wolverine's action to get rid of that immediately. Rather than discarding these 2 cards, I'm going to play Logan's Cabin, even though I don't think it's good. And we'll draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Magneto, once again on Nick Fury. Second Magnet counter and 1 encounter card, which will be Advance. That's not good. That'll advance the scheme. Place 1 Magnet counter here. If Sabotage Master Mold is not on the victory display, it is, so we're staying ahead of Magneto, which is good. And we're on to the player phase. So we could go Professor X. Professor X is a card I'm kind of souring on too. I don't think he's as good as I initially thought. Let's go Power on all of us for Angel. Professor X, Track by Scent, 4 Track by Scent. Get rid of Orbital Decay and reveal Physical Strain. So no more Steady for Magneto, but I don't think I have any ways to stun. I do draw 2 cards with Track by Scent. Forgot to heal 2 with Wolverine's response, which will probably happen a lot. It's attack for 3, attack for 2, attack for 2. I'm going to discard both of these. Well, let's use Regenerative Healing rather than discard it. Even though I only heal 1, and then we'll draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Magneto, which will go on Beast. Sad that I didn't have rapid response at the right time. 1 Magnet and 1 encounter card, which will be Wrapped in Metal. That's a big one. Attached identity cannot thwart, attack, defend, or recover. Exhaust your identity, spend a strength resource to get rid of this. So let's do that. Exhaust plus strength. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. We'll go 1, 2, 3 for Slice and Dice with the claws. Put Magneto into phase 2. Use Angel to take out his toughness. We also owe an encounter card. Then we'll draw 5. Did I remember to heal from on Wolverine this time? No. There we go. So 1 threat, 1 attack on Magneto, from Magneto, on Angel. It's going to be a magnet counter, so we discard from the encounter deck until a magnetic card is discarded. Reveal it. Exhaust each upgrade and support you control. Place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. And then we remove 3 magnet counters. And then we have encounter cards to reveal. Metal shards deal 1 damage. Place 1 magnet counter. M-type Sentinel. Okay. Well, we got 1, 2, 3 for White Tiger and draw 3 cards. Could Lunging Strike. I forgot to heal again. I think I will Lunging Strike. Lunging Strike for 8 with Overkill. Oh wait, I can't do that. Wolverine's claws are exhausted. Let's go 3 for Colossus. Attack for 3. Attack for 2. Actually, I'm not sure I want to do that. I think that I want Adamantium Skeleton. Two for Adamantium Skeleton, add 4 HP. Then I can attack for 5. Give Magneto tough. And then draw 3. So we need an extra encounter card. And we're going to get a magnetic card too. So big turn for the boss. He will attack White Tiger. Magnetic Missile is the card. It gets revealed, so that's going to surge. Defeat a Sentinel minion in play. Oh, okay. Does nothing. So it's just an extra encounter card. Caught off guard. Discard Logan's Cabin. So it did serve a purpose. And remove 3 magnetic counters. And then we have 2 more encounter cards coming. Master of Magnetism. Take the topmost magnetic card in the encounter discard pile and give it to Magneto as a boost card. And then he activates. It'll be Magnetic Missile. Not that big a deal. He activates, and we're just going to face tank the 4 damage. And then 1 more encounter card, which will be Magnetic Bubble. Magneto gains Retaliate. When he would take any amount of damage, place it here instead. Then if there's 8 or more, discard this card. Okay, so for the hero phase, let's draw a card. Gonna play, I forgot to heal, then I'll play Lunging Strike. That'll deal 8 damage. With 1 Retaliate. Actually, yeah. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury, draw 3. And then we can use Nick Fury to thwart for 2. Use Strength to track by scent. Draw 2 more. And go 1, 2 for Jubilee. Give +2 and +2. So Wolverine attacks for 5 now. With piercing. Jubilee attacks for 3. Then we can draw 4. One threat, 1 attack from Magneto on Nick Fury. Exhaust each ally you control. And 1 magnetic counter and 1 encounter card. Metal shards, 1 damage to each character. 1 magnet counter. Let's draw a card. Can I deal 14 here? I don't think so. Could deal 3, 6, maybe 8. I do heal for 2. Let's go. What if I make the call for like Nick Fury? I could deal 6. 8, 9, 10, 11. I probably will do that. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Beast. No, I'm not going to have enough for Nick Fury. Let's just go Beast. Let's go looking for a resource card. Let's use the resource card for Maria Hill. Draw a card. And we can go 2 damage, 1 damage, 3 damage. Claws for Barrage for 4 damage. And then we'll draw 4. And we got 1 threat, 1 attack. Magnetic counter. Electric shock. You are stunned. Take 1 damage for each magnetic counter. Then remove 3. And then we got 1 encounter card. Past demons. You're stunned and confused, or flip to alter ego. Exhaust Logan, remove past demons. I'll just take the stunned and confused, because then we can draw a card, exhaust Logan to get rid of the stunned, and then just go slice and dice after healing. Okay, so I have a question about this actually. It says after Magneto attacks you, am I still supposed to add a magnetic counter after he attacks an ally? I did every time, but I'm wondering now, since it says he attacks you, and you usually doesn't mean an ally. I'm going to look this up. I can't find it specifically, but I'm pretty sure he does attack you and then an ally steps in. If it says when Magneto damages you, that would be different. And so, yeah. But in any case, it's clear that Wolverine is very strong. Stronger than Shadowcat. He is an S-tier hero. Magneto is easier in non-campaign mode, and I did play against him with Shadowcat in campaign mode. So maybe it's not exactly a fair comparison. Because in campaign mode there's an additional side quest and then Magneto gets +1/+1. Let's take a look now at an attempt I did on Ronan with this Wolverine deck. Here we have it all set up and everything. So Wolverine versus Ronan on expert difficulty. A scenario that Spider-Ham's able to beat somewhere in the neighborhood of 50% of the time in my experience. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So I get out Avengers Mansion to start the game, which is a good start. Take 2 damage to get rid of the universal weapon. It's a heavier price for Wolverine than for Spider-Ham, because Spider-Ham generates a resource off of that. Probably going to use Tracked by Scent here. Get rid of Cut the Power and draw 2 cards. Got another Tracked by Scent, which I could use on the main quests. But I'm going to get out Maria Hill instead. Use Wolverine's Claws to slice and dice with Piercing. Deal 6 damage. Then I can thwart for 2 and deal 3 damage to Ronan. It's a good strong start. Two threat. one attack on Maria Hill with 2 boost cards because I have the Power Stone. And we got 3 encounter cards coming in. You stand accused, that's going to get canceled by the Milano, and 1 resource. Blind side, so that's going to stun Logan because I don't have, or Wolverine, because I don't have 2 strength resources to spend, and the Milano is already exhausted. And then we got a scheme from Ronan for 4. So let's use Avengers Mansion. Thwart for 3, and then use Tracked by Scent for 3. Draw 2 cards. Get out Kalu. Look for an event, but there aren't any. It's unfortunate. I could put Ronan into phase 3 here with the lunging strike with the claw. Well, no, I can't because I'm stunned. So unfortunately, because I thwarted, I can't remove the stun. Now, this is a pretty critical point in the game, so I wonder if it was better to leave 3 threat on the scheme, the main scheme, and then be able to remove the stun and then lunging strike for 8, which would put Ronan into phase 2. Instead, I decided I'm going to take back Kalu's attack, play Danger Room Training, and attack for 2 instead. I don't know if that was the right call. I don't think it was in hindsight. I probably should have left 3 on the main scheme and then put Ronan into phase 3 here. So the 2 encounter cards are a Kree Private, Quick Strike, and Fanaticism, the dreaded Fanaticism. Master Plan, which will get canceled. So if Ronan was in phase 2, would anything be different here? There'd be 5 threat on the main scheme. Get out Beast and Angel. 5 threat on the main scheme, and I'd be downing phase 3 now. Gonna remove Wolverine's stun. Thwart for 2. Damage for 2 on Ronan. I may have forgotten to heal with Wolverine this turn. And I just now realized that. 2 threat, 1 attack. Probably go on Angel. I'm trying to hang on to the Power Stone here. But I'm gonna defend with Wolverine. That's plus 3 boost icons. So I have to cough up the Power Stone. And then 1 counter off of Fanaticism, and then Caught Off Guard, which gets rid of my Avengers Mansion. That hurts. And Gang Up. And that's going to end this attempt because... Oh no, I can cancel it with Milano. Never mind. Forgot about that. Gonna get out Colossus. And I'm realizing with Fanaticism that I have to flip to Alter Ego here. Because he's got Overkill and Piercing, so... Can put him into phase 3 here. 25 health. So I don't think, even if I had put him into phase 3 earlier, I don't think I could have done enough damage to avoid dying. With his Retaliate. One of the reasons Spider-Ham does really well against this villain is that Spider-Ham feeds off of Retaliate. Wolverine does not. He does have strong healing, strong recovery, but he still doesn't like Retaliate. No one in the game likes Retaliate except for Spider-Ham. So we've got You Stand Accused, which is going to get canceled. And Kree Commando. I think Ronan has too many attachments at this point for me to be able to win. We can recover. And I realize now that I'm at the ally limit, so I need to retire someone first. Before I play White Tiger. And then I can draw 3. Get out Rapid Response for when I play Beast, or when I use Beast. So I can deal 2, deal 2, bring Beast back with Rapid Response, and grab a resource. Then I can get out Jubilee. Except I can't unless I want to retire White Tiger. So I do that. 3 damage on Ronan. And then it should have dealt 2 more from Beast. I don't know why I didn't. Would have put Ronan at 13. We gotta exhaust to defend with Wolverine. Don't know if I remember to heal again. Oh no, I was in Alter Ego when I started that turn. So he nearly kills Wolverine with the attack. Should get rid of Fanaticism though. And the Kree Commando will kill Jubilee. And the Lieutenant means I'm gonna lose. Because I'm not going to be able to blitz Ronan down in time. And then we got an assault. The villain attacks you, which will be canceled by the Milano. So even if I had put Ronan into phase 3 earlier with the 8 damage, he'd be at 7 HP now, roughly. And I would need another damage card in hand, and I would have needed the Kree Lieutenant not to come into play. So I do think that Wolverine can win this scenario, but he doesn't win it as reliably as Spider-Ham, because Spider-Ham can control the board and win, because with his resources and his ability to take advantage of when Universal Weapon does damage, he can clear these attachments off. Wolverine doesn't have those kind of resources. Wolverine's cost reduction is very specific. It only works on attack events. And so there's little to stop Ronan from building up his board as he does to virtually every other hero. But there is a strategy open to Wolverine for beating Ronan, which is a blitz down strategy. It's just not as reliable as Spider-Ham's. Wolverine is very strong. Definitely S tier, just not quite at Spider-Ham's level. Who is the best hero in the game? Where does Wolverine rank? He's probably equivalent to something like Doctor Strange. I'd put him in the same category with Ghost Spider, Shadowcat, Ironheart, Doctor Strange. I think Captain America and Ant-Man are kind of a tier below that. So yeah, and Protection Iron Man's in the S tier also, along with Wolverine. They're all very good, strong S tier heroes, and then Spider-Ham sits in a tier above them, like S+. He's in a category all his own. He was originally announced as an April Fool's joke. Then he actually got released. I don't know if they intended to make Spider-Ham that strong, but he is. Anyway, thank you for watching.